So let's mod our tabletop. I'm Em, and welcome to the DM table. Now we'll introduce and integrate one wonderful new type of enchantment to our whole system, whatever it may be. Unless it's entirely incompatible or something, but that's rarely the case. So this type of enchantment, if you want to call it that, it's technically not even an enchantment, because enchantments are perhaps technically defined as artificially created arrays of magic, whilst these are mostly natural arrays of magic, or are they mostly? What I'm talking about is this frequently used in the Eastern storytelling of high fantasy concept of essences. For example, monster essences. So if you defeat a monster, you essentially can draw from its body an enchantment type that is the monster essence, that is some sort of their ability that they had that now you can sort of squeeze out of them and get on your sword or armor or whatever is the most appropriate thing, because not everything will be as compatible with the enchantment whatsoever as much as the organism of the original monster, but you can get its power out of it, its essence, and put it on the most appropriate, compatible thing that will work with this essence, and then that thing will have an additional enchantment active, and this is a great source of magical effects for fighters, for example, because you're able to have unique monster attacks now emanate from the weapon of the fighter, for example. And as long as you're careful about the balance of what essence fits with what item on which person, and mind you, essences are also various degrees of compatibility, compatible with each person depending on their preferred style of fighting, their preferred element, and so on. So a person that likes to use ice, for example, will be more compatible to use the full essence of an ice monster, whilst the one with the fire will use the one that had fire abilities, and so on and so forth. So you have easy time to custom give each of your players an essence, and to keep it a bit diverse, you can even give them essences that are not directly useful to them, but can be maybe sold or put in on a minor item, and so on and so forth. So you might wonder how to collect these essences if you don't have immediately the item to put them on, and there you have lots of freedom to essentially implement whichever system you want. But maybe some meditation close to the body to refine the essence into something that can be put into either a charm or a talisman, or cutting out a crucial piece of the monster that is related to the ability, like a claw, or taking out an eye, or taking a horn, or a tail, or a bone. Some parts can even be ghostly. For example, ghost bones of a monster can be sort of extracted from their bones, and then those ghostly skeletal remains can be stored inside the body of the practitioner until such an opportunity as to transfer it to someone else or something else. And also, not just monsters can provide you with essences. Many natural, geological, or meteorological formations can also generate essences of their own and can have quite a bit of their own unique mythology to them. Even if they're not known throughout the world, as long as you have some interesting detections at your player's disposal, then they can sort of read the environment's ambience and magical emanations and learn of the history of the essence or essences in question, and then they can discover what is the process to refine the essence, to channel it, to take it away properly, and who should use it, how should they use it, and what effects are of the highest grade, what would be of the lower grade if you're using essence in slightly incompatible manner, and what would be the consequences of an incompatible person using it, or even versa, compatible person using it in an inappropriate way that will blow back into their face. So that's all stuff that you can do with essences and more. And now further, we can have additionally refined essences that other people like your opponents of your players will have. So this will give us more ability to customize our encounters and our enemies, and especially our bosses and rivals and opposing adventuring parties and whatnot. And don't forget, anything important can have an essence build up over time. A treasured family object, remains of a deceased saint of some sorts, a cursed abandoned house, spirit of a plant, spirit of the mountain, one day perhaps even something that remains behind, some sort of a god or a divine creature of incredible potency. But that is best left for higher peaks of the campaign. So adventurer, if you thought this was unique, maybe you can spare me a click and I could see you here next and perhaps even every week. And if you would like, you can talk to me in the comments, because I would love to talk to you all, because that's something I enjoy the most and love to hear from you. So until next time, once again, welcome to the DM table.